By now, you have likely seen videotape of that hastily called news conference at Queen's Park earlier this week. You saw a bit of it in Shalima's story. "It is not in my nature," said Mr. Brown. There are some who say that Mr. Brown has been unfairly treated, and among them, National Post columnist Christie Blatchford, who joins me now with more on why, Christie, you think Mr. Brown has been treated unfairly.
He was accused, within a matter of hours, he was accused by 3 people who didn't go to the police. They didn't go to even a sort of private investigative process, the likes of which the Prime Minister, for instance, is so fond of, where you hire a lawyer who does an investigation. They went to a TV reporter, and with great respect to TV reporters, and I would say the same about the people in my business, we are not trained investigators. We don't know how to properly ask questions. So he had no semblance of an equitable process to defend himself. He was simply accused, and on the basis of the very little information that was made public in those accusers' interviews, and they, of course, were kept secret, their identities are protected, they remain entirely anonymous and without consequence, he was pronounced, he was tried, sentenced, and done in a matter of hours. It's shocking. It really is. The complete lack of fairness is shocking.
But Christie, what of the many women and the many people who say that the criminal system, and I understand you're talking about the courts, but the criminal system does not work for women, and I'm quoting Andrea Horwath when she said 2 words, Jiangameshi.
Andrea Horwath, who didn't set foot in the old City Hall courthouse when that trial was going on. I was there for every second of it, and I can tell you that it wasn't the criminal justice system which failed the women who accused Jiangameshi. It was the women themselves who failed other women and who failed. They were by the judge. These are not my findings. The judge found them to be duplicitous, deceitful, not truth tellers, in other words. 2 of the 4 accusers, for instance, shared 5,000 private messages in which they said such things as, "It's time to sink the bastard," basically. It's a word I can't even use on television. So Andrea Horwath is wrong when she says that, and so are the women who pretend to believe it. But even so, things like the presumption of innocence are not, you know, sort of beliefs that should be confined to the criminal courts. They should be, and have been traditionally, a part of our life.